Good day, my name is LMCE2092 and today we're speaking on the topic running on mentee when academic pressure turns sleep into luxury. Let me start with this idea. What if I told you that in university today, sleep is no longer just a basic need, it has become a scheduling luxury. In fact, studies by Hirschner and Chervin in 2014 found that around 50 to 70% of university students report insufficient sleep. So the real question is not why students are tired. It is why exhaustion has become normal. Now think about yourself for a moment. Have you ever stayed up past midnight trying to finish assignments? Or tried to calculate how little sleep you can survive on before an exam? If yes, then this is not just a topic, this is your reality. Sleep deprivation in university is not rare. It is built into how our deadlines are structured. And I speak about this not only from experience, but also from research in student workload design and sleep science. Let's look at the real problem. Sleep deprivation among university students is not mainly about poor discipline. It is a structural issue. Research by Hirschner and Chervin in 2014 showed that around 50 to 70% of university students experience insufficient sleep or ongoing daytime tiredness. That means in most classrooms, more than half of us are not properly rested. And this is not a coincidence. It is a system-wide pattern. So why does this happen? Because students are not dealing with one subject at a time. We are dealing with multiple deadlines from multiple courses all at the same time. As Valinawati and colleagues in 2009 explained, students often sacrifice sleep just to keep up with academic demands. And this is not just theory. Ong and colleagues in 2023 found that Malaysian university students who had overlapping assignments experienced much more worse sleep quality and higher levels of fatigue. Even experts agree. Neuroscientist Matthew Walker in 2017 explains that today's academic systems often reward long hours of sleep and late night productivity, even when it harms health. So the problem is not laziness. The problem is overload. Now if the problem is structural, then the solution cannot just be manage your time better. We need to fix the structure itself. This is why universities should implement a centralized deadline coordination system. This means all course deadlines are visible in one system, so lecturers can coordinate and avoid stacking assignments in the same week. We are not reducing work, we are organizing it better. A study by Zanella and Sutherland in 2025 found that when structured deadline systems were introduced, 88% of students felt less stressed and academic performance improved by up to 22%. Why does this work? Because students are no longer forced into deadline collisions. Instead of surviving multiple submissions in one night, workload is spread more evenly across the semester. As Misra and McKean in 2000 explained, better time distribution reduces stress and improves students' well-being. A real example can be seen in University Sarawak, Malaysia, where the Unitask system helps students view all deadlines in one place. According to G and Ahmad Kiri in 2025, this helps students plan earlier and avoid last-minute overload. Even management theory supports this. Stephen Covey in 1989 argues that productivity is not about working harder, but about organizing priorities properly. Now what happens if we actually fix this? The impact is bigger than just less stress. A student by Hughes and Peacock in 2022 found that when deadline systems were improved, 83% of students produced better quality work, 78% managed workload better, and 72% experienced lower stress. This is not just a small improvement. This is a full change in learning experience. And it makes sense, because when students sleep better, the brain performs better. Research by Crosil and colleagues in 2006 shows that sleep literally improves memory, focus, and learning ability. So better structure leads to better sleep. Better sleep leads to better learning, and better learning leads to better performance. Even John Hattie in 2009 found that well-structured learning systems consistently improve student achievement across large populations. So let me bring this together. This issue is not about students being weak. It is not about time management skills. It is about how the system is designed. We're expecting students to perform well while constantly running on sleep debt. That's not sustainable, and it's not fair. So what can we do? We need to stop treating sleep deprivation as normal. Raise this issue through your course representatives. Use faculty feedback channels and push for a centralized deadline coordination system to be tested and implemented. Because this is not just about comfort. It is about health, performance, and fairness. Let me end with this. You did not come to UCD to prove how little sleep you can survive on. You came here for knowledge, opportunity, and growth. But no education system should require you to trade sleep for success. So the question is not whether we are busy. The question is whether the system is actually working for us. And if it's not, then it is something we can no longer ignore. Thank you.